So. Hey y'all, look at me in the rain. I'm smoking back down south from Briarworks. Some of you know that's a favorite of mine. And I want to talk today about this odd little book. So Gashmu Saith It by Douglas Wilson, How to Build Christian Communities That Save the World. You can see it's a very narrow book. Short, I should say. And I'm very curious to know how it's selling. Because it is an odd little thing. An odd little title. Everyone I've mentioned the book to says Gashmu. And of course there's an explanation in the book. And an explanation in Wilson's blogging stuff as well. It has to do with rebuilding Jerusalem after the exile and dealing with those who oppose that. I'll let you read the book. Now, what this video is actually about is the book I'd like Pastor Wilson to write. Because after I read the book, well, it made me think. Here's what the book was. The book was sort of a principle level overview of Christian community building, hitting important things like education, family. Well, there was very little about it that was nitty-gritty. And to be honest, I expected some of the nitty-gritty, in part because I expected the historical. For example, if you open the book, here I'll flip the phone again. That is Moscow, Idaho, from the Lake County Historical Society, I think. Right? And this is why people are interested in what Pastor Wilson has to say on the subject, because of the enormous impact that the church he pastors has had on the region, and of the projects that he has been involved in. Schools, for example, publishing houses. Now, of course, to his credit and to the glory of God, it is all so much bigger than he is. And he himself would point to his father, Jim Wilson. But there's no doubt that he brought all this, pardon me, energy, zeal, vigor, vision to bear. So, people are interested. And when I saw, I knew there was, there's a connection, obviously. The reason you're going to read this book is that we have experience doing this sort of thing, building Christian community. And so I think I certainly expected, honestly, maybe a bit of an instruction manual, which this turned out not to be. But then I got to thinking about why I expected that. I mean, Canon Press has great stuff on how to start schools. There's great material on how to start churches. And obviously, there's enormous value in being able to see how to connect all these things. How to have it truly be a community, not just a Christian school, a good church, some good family theology, but rather have it truly be community and to see that in one vision, right? So I thought maybe I don't want an instruction manual. And here's where we actually are at the point of the video. You know what I would absolutely love? Just love from an edification, practical perspective. A memoir. Now, Pastor Wilson may not love that idea. I've reached this intersection. I'm going to pause 1 second. So, dudes and dudettes. Wouldn't that be amazing? A memoir. Then you would have, a lot of the vision that went into it. The steps and missteps. The triumphs and defeats. The practical things we did that worked. The practical things that didn't work. I think this may go a little bit against their grain. To talk about themselves instead of others. Let the scoffers scoff. But I'm putting in my formal request. The thing I want after Gashmu Saith is a memoir. What went down in the 80s, 90s, and aughts that we can all learn from. All right. Meanwhile, Gashmu Saith It is a worthwhile read. But I think the big takeaway from that is going to be get to work yourself, right? Find some friends, get to work. All right, that's all I've got for you. The peace of Christ be upon you.
Aí sim é um homem de verdade, não é esses troços do grupo não, essas carcaças velhas, uó, fim de carreira.
Cadê você, profeta, autarquia? Hein? Pedrada no inferno, fala comigo aí, matador de demônio. Hein?